Hi everyone, now we are at part 3 of our relations and functions multiple choice CSEC multiple choice questions. So now let's look at what we have here. Our first question, which is at the top, which of the following defines the function in the diagram shown on the left? This is the diagram here. Now first thing I want to let you all know is that when we have this f and the colon and the x, that's f of x, right? And f of x is the same thing as saying y. So let's look at a first, right? Y is equal to minus 2x, right? Now I should have mentioned before that on your left hand side, this is normally your domain, and this is normally your range, right? In other words, your domain is the x values, your range is the y values. So basically, we just need to substitute values now to figure out which one works. So for example, when x is -1, according to this diagram, we're going to get y is 2, right? And so when x is -1, let's look at it here. So negative by negative is a positive, we get positive 2 for y, right? Which works out there, right? So this is when equals -1. So when x equals 0, let's see if it works. So we have y equals -2x. So y equals negative by 0. Well, anything by 0 is 0, right? So my y value is 0. When x is 0, y is 0. So you see in my diagram, that works as well. So let's check it for when x is 1. So again, my equation is minus 2x, y equals minus 2x. So let's substitute when x is 1. Minus 2 by 1 is actually y is -2. So this is telling me when x is 1, y is -2. But there's no option for -2 here, so that does not work, right? So A is not my answer, right? So let's look at B. So this is really y is equal to 2x, right? So let's check. When x is -1, right? When x is -1, I will get 2 by -1, which is -2, right? And we don't have -2 here at all. So again, this is not an option as well. And then let's look at this part C. So this is y is equal to -2x squared. So let's check it for when x is -1. So -1 squared is what? -1 by -1, which is 1. And then 1 by -2 is -2. So it doesn't work for that one. So just in case you're not following what I'm saying here, let's go for C. C, right? So when x is equal to -1, we have y equals -2x squared. So y equals -2 by -1 squared, right? Y is equal to -2, and -1 squared is 1, and -2 by 1 is -2. And again, I said -2 is not an option for the y values here. There's no -2. So C is not an option. So automatically we know D is our answer, right? But I mean, let me check now. So let me see if I can fit this in here a little bit. So for D, we have D. Y is 2x squared. So when x is -1, we get y equals 2 by -1 squared. -1 by -1 is 1, positive 1. So y is 2. When x is 0, right, when x is 0, well, 0 squared, 0 by anything, you get 0, right? So that works out. And then when x is 1, we'll put in more 1 squared. And I get y equals 2 by 1, because 1 squared is 1. So y is 2. So it works out for when f of x is 2x squared, right, which is option D. Now the second one in the bottom here is very similar as well. Here on the left hand side is the x values, right hand side is the y values. Which of the following can describe the mapping diagram above? So let's look at the pattern here first. From 1 we went to 3, from 2 we went to 5, from 3 we went to 7, from 4 we went to 9. How we really get that? So let's check from our first one. Are we adding to the x values? Are we? So let's see. 1 plus 3 is 4, so that's not working out already. 2 plus 3 is 5, yes. 3 plus 3 is 6, it doesn't work out, right? From the first one, you see it wouldn't work out, so it's not 8. Let's check option B, 2x plus 1. So 2x plus 1. So when x is 1, 2 by 1 is 2 plus 1 is 3. Alright, that works out. Let's check out this one. 2x plus 1, this is part B we're looking at. So 2 by 2 is 4 plus 1 gives me 5. Alright, it works for that as well. Let's check the third one. 2x plus 1. So 2 by 3 is 6 plus 1, 7. And then the last one, 2 by x, 2 by 4, 8 plus 1, 9. So it works out already. That's B, right? So take your time, as I said, always pause, replay, comment if you don't understand a question. I will try and help as best as I can. Right, so now for these two are similar. Let's get the one on the left hand side. The arrow diagram above describes the relation. So we have x is greater than y, x is a multiple of y, x is divisible by y, x is a factor of y. So let's look at this here. Is x greater than y? Well, no, because we have smaller values on the x side, right? Smaller values. So it's not a. Is x a multiple of y? So let's see. So 2 goes to 4, 6, 8. But 2 is not a multiple of those numbers. 2 is actually a factor of those numbers. Same thing, 3 goes to what? 6. 3 is a factor of 6. 4 goes to 4 and 8. Those are factors. 5 and goes to 5. That's a factor. So it's not a multiple. So it's actually it really sees a factor, right? Is x divisible by y? No. Because divisible, it basically says it's 2 divided by 4. 2 divided by 4 is actually a fraction, right? So let's keep that in mind. So now, let's look at our right hand side. So we have x values, y values. Is y less than x? Y is clearly not less than x. So it's not that. Y is a factor of x. These are the y values here. These y values are not factors of x, right? Remember, factors are numbers that can go into the number. X is a multiple of y. Alright, let's see. 2. Is 2 a multiple of 8? No, 2 is a factor. 2 is a factor of 10 as well. 3 is a factor of 9. 4 is a factor of 8. You see it? So it's not a multiple, it's actually factors. You see, same question, but it just asks it differently, right? Alright, again it says here, the arrow diagram above shows a function. Which of the following best describes the function? So, let's look at the whole pattern. Firstly, we went from 2 to 5, 5 to 8, 8 to 11, 11 to 14. Some people may see it one time and seeing just adding 3 in each case. So some are very straightforward like that. So, right? So let's see which ones describe that, right? So it's really, it says that we are adding x plus 3 gives me my y value. That's what it means. So it basically means x plus 3 equals y values, right? So which one says that? So it's actually the first one here, because remember I told you in a previous question that f of x is the same thing as say as y, right? So just a different way to write it. F of x equals x plus 3, right? That's the option. And on the right hand side here, it's the same question. The options, they just wrote it a little bit differently. So you see they didn't use f of x at all, right? They actually use the y equals x plus 3, which is we know the answer is, right? So same thing, because you add 3 throughout, right? So again, you see how CXC just same question, but the options they wrote it a little bit differently. And again here, this is the same exact question again, but the reason why I included it is that they've used f of x a lot more here, right? And remember, we know is x plus 3 gives me y. Same as saying x plus 3 is f of x, right? So again, you're just looking for that option there, right? Which is option D. I just wanted to show you all the different ways that they try to tweak the question a little bit, the wording, how they put the options and so on, right? And similarly, in this one here, is the same question side by side, right? I just wanted to show you all that. But watch out, this is how they ask the question, how they put the answers a little bit differently, how they wrote it out, right? The same question. The diagram above, or the diagram represents the mapping. So we need to know what is the option here, right? Just to note, I'm just going to write it over here. For C52 is actually, that's supposed to be 2 to the power x, right? So let's see if we're starting from A. Okay, you can see the 2 to the power x here. 2 to the power x, right? Alright, let's see if it's A, right? So A 52 are the same thing, right? X plus 2. So basically, again, it's saying that our options are looking like y is equal to whatever it was, right? So it's like y equals x plus 2, f of x. Y is equal to x plus 1, y equals x to the power 2 to the power x, sorry, and y equals 2x, right? That was A, B, C, D. Alright, cool, let's check it out. So x plus 2. If I add 2 to 0, right, it's my y values, or my f of x value, same thing. If I add 2 to 0, what should I get here? I should get 2, but I didn't get 2. So right away we know that A is out for the 2. It's the same thing, huh? Let's get 1. I'm sorry, let's get B. X plus 1. So 0 plus 1 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. But 2 plus 1 is 3. Not, I mean again, not 4 there. So right, B is not an option as well. Let's check 2 to the power x. So 2 to the power 0, anything to the power 0 is 1. So we get the 1 there. 2 to the power 1 is 2. So we have the 2 there. 2 to the power 2 is 2 by 2, 4. 2 to the power 3 is 2 by 2 by 2, which is 8. So the answer is actually C. Right? You could have checked 2 for like 2x. D wouldn't be the answer. If you just check for 3. 2 times 3 is not 8. 2 times 3 we're given 6, right? So that's another way you could have checked to rule out what weren't the answers.